Hey guys, Mr. Morrison coming to you on a sunny but a little bit breezy Sunday afternoon. I hope everybody had a great weekend and is ready to get back to work. So I really want to make sure everybody watches this video today because there's going to be a lot of good stuff in it. To start with, we have 7 more weeks, right? We have 7 more weeks of school, which I think there's a couple of days that are off in there. So we have like 32 more school days. What I really need is everybody to keep working. Okay. I know that, now we're in the 5th week of this and it's not as fun as school. It's not as fun for me either. Putting all this together online is not even close to as fun as teaching and being with you guys each day, but we still need to do our job and we need to get our job done. I've had a few emails and things that I've seen from parents that are like, oh, Johnny's really struggling to get it done, or he doesn't think he has to do the work, or, it's really giving me a hard time. And this is what I need from you guys. 3 things. One, don't give your parents any credit about this. Just do it, okay? Just get it done. 2, you do need to do it because I want to get everybody ready for 5th grade. 3, it's really important that we keep exercising our brain because our brain's a muscle. So I really need you to get your work done. I was talking to the 5th grade teachers, and next year the 5th grade teachers will be Mrs. Lenny, Mrs. Fletcher, Mrs. Eddy, and Mrs. Hayes. You used to be Mrs. Kruger. And I was telling them what a great class you guys are and how I think you guys are all ready for 5th grade. But what I need so I can send you off to 5th grade is for you to work hard the next 7 weeks. I'm staying in 4th grade. I never get promoted. That's okay. Next up, Spirit Days for next week. All right, so Monday is going to be Stuffed Animal Day. Bring your stuffed animal to the Zoom meeting. Tuesday is going to be Western Day. Put on those boots. Wednesday is Workout Gear Day. Thursday, Dress Like a Teacher Day. Now, Mr. Morrison wears shorts and black t-shirts, so if you want to dress like me, there you go. But you can dress like any teacher you want. And Friday, of course, is going to be our Smith Spirit Day. Our Zoom schedule for this week: Monday at 11, we're going to do a math lesson. I'm going to teach a math lesson on decimals and fractions, which should cover you pretty well for this week. And we're going to finish Gold Rush projects. I know I still have several videos to show, and some people have some posters and stories and other stuff. Tuesday at 11, lunch with Mr. Morrison. It's just questions and conversation. So that'll be time to just chat, and you can share if you have a story, if you have a video you want to share a dance, you just want to hang out, that's your time. Wednesday, we're going to go at noon because I have a meeting, a WebEx meeting at 11. So Wednesday's going to be at noon, and that's going to be Geology Rocks practice. And I'm going to talk more about Geology Rocks in a minute. And then Friday at 11, we're going to have a math test on decimals and fractions. We're going to have a reading test. We're going to have a spelling test. And I'll get to spelling later. And then at the end, I'm going to pick a couple Just Dance videos, and we're going to have a Just Dance party. Let's go with Geology Rocks first. So we are going to do Geology Rocks over Zoom. And we will practice this Wednesday, the following Wednesday, and then we're going to try to record it Wednesday, May 6th. What I put this week in Google Classroom, and it'll be in the email I'm about to send too, is a link to a doc about costumes. And it's got some other details in it about how we're going to do this. You guys are going to come up with your own costumes. Now, you don't have to have a costume. It's not necessary. But if you feel creative and you want to make something, I gave you some ideas. Please don't buy anything. I mean, it should just be stuff that you can get at home or be creative. But I think we could have some fun making our own costumes, and I'm curious what we come up with. We can talk more about it in our Zoom meeting. May 1st, your current event is due, and we will watch the first half of the Great Horn Spoon movie. I will screencast it over Zoom. And then May 8th, we will watch the second half of Great Horn Spoon via our Zoom meeting. All right, I think that covers what's going to be in the email today. So now let's talk about next week's work. So first off, writing. Writing for this week and next week is finishing up that current event that was assigned. Please pick an article and then do the who, what, when, where, why. Refer to the assignment and the sample, and everybody needs to come up with something. We will be reading these during our Zoom meetings in May. Read them, take 3 questions. So if you have a video or a prop that you want to go with it, that would be awesome too. Or maybe a whole costume. Get creative. That's writing. Reading. So reading breaks down like this. We're going to continue to do informational reading. We'll do that for the rest of the year. 10 minutes, right? Wonder of the day, please read the article or listen to it, watch the video. Sometimes the videos are blocked. Just let me know if they are and I can try to unblock them. And then please make sure you do the did you get it and the vocab challenge. Please do these each day. It's good informational reading and it's an important skill that you need to have. Independent reading or listening or read aloud, 30 minutes every day. Please be reading 30 minutes every day. You know, that's one of the most important things you can do right now is keep reading. And then IXL, this week's going to be analyzing literature. So it's just reading stories and analyzing the characters' actions. They're pretty cool. The first one is about fantasy stories, and then the second one, I believe, is about realistic fiction, and I think the third one is about fairy tales, and the fourth one is about poetry. And then for Friday, I picked a very fun / silly language arts activity, which I think you'll like. All right, that should take you an hour each day or a little less than an hour. All right, math. I spent some time mapping out how I want to cover math for the rest of the year. I want to make sure we get through the rest of the curriculum. So we're still in decimals this week and next week, and then we'll take next week, we'll do a decimals test, some sort of cumulative test. And then after that, we just have three-dimensional geometry, probability and statistics, and then just kind of a review of the year. So for the rest of the year, it'll be very similar. There'll always be a video or two to watch. I try to keep it to, 10 minutes of total video time, but sometimes it might be a little more, sometimes it might be a little less. Please watch those videos. Maybe take notes during those videos. Just write down the equations just so later you can go back and look at them. Then there's a game to play, and then there are the quizzes from Turtle Diary. Please make sure you're doing those quizzes. There's only 20 questions. They self-correct. You can see your error analysis or give yourself a high five for getting them right. I am going to, on our Monday Zoom meeting, teach all of the decimal and fraction things that'll be covered this week. So I think that'll give us a good start. And then each day watching these individual videos to help focus on one certain skill will help us to get those skills down so we're ready for our test and more importantly, ready for next year and beyond. Okay, also then for math, you need to do 20 minutes of either IXL or Khan Academy. There's a new IXL goal sheet for April, which you can find on the doc. You can also find in Google Classroom. And there also on there is extra credit IXL for science and for social studies. Science. I know this week Mrs. Rad will only be meeting with you guys one time. I believe it's just the Tuesday this week. I believe she has a meeting on Friday. It would be great if you guys could attend Mrs. Rad's meeting. If you can't attend them, that's okay. But if you click on her doc, there's also going to be some activities which you can do because that is your science. Mrs. Rad will do science for the rest of the year. All right, moving on here. Social studies. So I know a lot of you are really enjoying Great Horn Spoon, and that's awesome. I need everyone this week to make sure they finish the first part of it. So by now you should have finished an hour of it, and then you should be doing another hour 15 of it this week. It works out to 15 minutes a day, but I realize some days maybe you want to listen to the whole thing and then do other things, but that's fine, make it work for you. This week, what I'm going to do is each day in the daily instructions, there's a question to answer. So for example, Mondays after you listen, or if you've already listened, you work that out on your own. The question is, what is the best adventure you've been on and where did you go and what happened? And I think one of the questions later this week is, if you were alive at the time of the gold rush, would you be a miner or merchant or why? And each day there's a question and I want you to answer it in a Google Doc and then submit it at the end of the week, along with your independent reading log. It's the same idea. Also for Great Horn Spoon, each day there's a link to a really cool website that's got really neat links and stories and games for Great Horn Spoon. So each day after you listen or read, please click on the link and explore the chapter that you listened to today. You don't have to take the little quizzes on there, but there's some really cool links to different historical museums and other websites and other games and things that just kind of make Great Horn Spoon come alive a little more. So please try to do that for 10 minutes each day. That should take you about 30 minutes for Great Horn Spoon. Next week, we will do the entirety of the second video, which is about 2 hours of it, and then we'll watch the movie. And I look forward to that. All right, PE. Please make sure you're getting 20 to 30 minutes of exercise in a day. I've been running an hour every day, and I've been walking my dog 30 minutes every day, and I've been working out with Finn for an hour every day. I feel very fit right now. I really hope you guys do too, because I know all of you are athletes, and when we come out of this whole thing and we get back out to our sports, you guys are gonna be ready to go. You're gonna be ripped. Art. I picked 4 drawings this week that go along with our curriculum, our social studies, and our science. And please do one of those each day. On the day we don't have a video, please do your own artwork, Pokemon anyone, and post it in Google Classroom. You'll also find in the art section of the doc the link to it says Morrison Geology Rocks costumes, and it's got some of the other Geology Rocks information in there. I don't know how the play's gonna come out, but you know what? It's gonna be fun. We're gonna give it a try, and I will record it, and we'll figure out a way to post it so you can show your family and relatives. Maybe you can have a family viewing night or something like that. And lastly, spelling. I know a few people last week when we got to the Friday Zoom meeting were like, what do you mean we have spelling? Yes, we're doing spelling. We will be doing spelling every week for the rest of the year because I like the normalcy of it. I like the routine of it, and I think it's a good skill for you. So it's spelling week 26. You can find the list in the document. I do want an activity every day. I think it's the best way to practice. You can do the activities we've been doing, or I put a link on there to 72 ways to practice spelling words. You do not have to turn any of those things in. The only things that I need you to be turning in each week are the independent reading write-up, the Great Horn Spoon write-up, and then when you get it done, your current event. All the other things I need you to do, but you don't have to turn them in. And this comes back to working hard. I don't want you telling me you did something and not doing it, or just clicking through the links really quick. I really want everyone to give their best because I'm trying to give my best and I expect the same out of you. All right, guys, I miss every single one of you, and the weather's about to warm up a little bit. I think 80 next weekend. I look forward to that. You know how to get a hold of me. Email me, post questions in Google Classroom. I'll see you soon. Peace.